I think if I was a fighter that didn't back up everything that I said or wasn't. Okay, we're back at Mayweather Boxing Gym, and Floyd is talking to the media, getting his hands wrapped, but I have the opportunity to talk to his better half, the one and only Chantel Jackson, also known as Miss Jackson. You've seen her on 24/7. You've seen her by the champ's side, committed, dedicated, and an absolutely stunningly gorgeous woman. Chantel, welcome.
Hey Kelly, how are you?
Okay, we're here live on UStream, on Mayweather.com, a host of other websites for Floyd's Media Day. What do you think is the magnetism for Floyd? Why is everybody so attracted and interested in what he's doing?
I think first because Floyd is, of course, who he is. He's confident, he's cocky, he's undefeated. So who doesn't want to tune in to see someone who's undefeated? And because sometimes people think, oh, he has a chance to lose, and some people might have that mentality. So that's why when Floyd fights, it's that big of a caliber of a fight. So.
And what is it like having to live with a crazy schedule? And we know Floyd doesn't really spend too much downtime. So how do you keep up with that? And what makes your relationship so strong?
Honestly, it's no keeping up with it. It's just dealing with it. Basically, you just take it day by day, and you just deal with his schedule. Floyd doesn't have an easy schedule to get used to. Sometimes we'll go to sleep 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and we wake up in the afternoon. So basically, we're like night owls all the time.
Do you actually stay on his sleep schedule?
Basically. So I'm up before Floyd, and I go to sleep after him. So I definitely get less sleep than he does.
And are there certain days you just say, okay, I can't do this anymore, and go to sleep for like 3 days in a row?
No, because Floyd's not the type to let you just sleep. He definitely wants you to be up with him. So
what do you think the natural energy he has? Like, what makes him so enthusiastic for life and just wanting to be out and about?
I think that's just what makes him him. That's just his energy, just his pizzazz. Basically, it's just him, basically.
I talked to Ricky Brazil earlier, who is Floyd's childhood friend. He said he was just like that even as a kid. Always, even if he was at the boxing gym and they went to the mall, he'd have to find his way to the mall. So he's always had this precociousness, I think, and then also just a zest for life. So is that something that attracted you to him, and what really did attract you to Floyd?
Honestly, what attracted me to Floyd was what he's not in front of the cameras, if that makes sense. Like what people see in front of the cameras, Floyd can be the opposite behind the cameras. And what really, really closed the deal with me with Floyd is he's such a gentleman. If we're riding in the same car or we've taken 2 cars to the same place, he will always open my door for me before I get into the car. So that was something that basically sealed the deal in our relationship, or basically at first getting to know each other.
So that's called manners. I have noticed myself that Floyd always does have nice manners. He thanks people. He appreciates people. And then that other opening the door part is good old-fashioned chivalry.
Yeah.
So I can see why you like that too. Now, everybody always talks about Miss Jackson and Floyd and Miss Jackson. But tell the viewers and all the fans a little bit about yourself and what your own career aspirations. I know you have a wonderful career, modeling, acting. So tell us a little bit more about who Chantel is.
Well, as of right now, I'm revamping my website, MissJackson.com. That's MISS Jackson, and just got done shooting new photos, different looks, and of course with the different hair color, I needed to revamp my site. And I changed my hair color because I was in the process of shooting a movie, and it's gotten pushed back, but it's still in the process. Also, I will be shooting a movie at the beginning of May, I believe. It's called Redemption. It's a boxing / MMA movie, and in that film I play as newscaster. It's not a huge role, but and then the end of May, the beginning of June, I start another film. I can't really elaborate more on it right now, but it's a film with Megan Good and Shamar Moore, and it's basically kind of like a drama suspense thriller. So
Excellent, excellent. So your career is taking off and really going there. And one last thing, we know it's probably the hardest job in the world to be the fiance, the girlfriend, the significant other of a fighter on the night of a fight. How do you get through that? When do you start getting nervous? And what is it like to have to sit there and really watch the person that you love in there fighting and trying to win?
well, the nerves are actually while I'm getting dressed to go to the fight, and possibly the whole week leading up to the fight, because it's nothing you can prepare yourself for. Because yes, Floyd is the best at what he does, but you never know what can really happen in the ring. Just like the Ortiz fight when he did that illegal headbutt, that could have really did damage to Floyd. Luckily it didn't, but so you never know what can happen.
Now, at the last fight, you had a beautiful outfit. It was rocking hot pants and a jacket, and you look fantastic. Have you picked your outfit for this fight?
Actually, that fight, that outfit was from my clothing line, JM Chris.
Nice.
So I actually designed that and got that made. But this fight, I chose something different. Not a top that my company's making, but a pant. The bottom I've designed and I'm in the process of getting made. So the top is not mine, but then the bottom will be. So.
Okay, well, we will be watching for you fight night because we always see you sitting ringside in those lovely outfits. Thank you for being here. Thanks for talking to us, and it's a pleasure getting to know you.
Thank you, Kelly.
16 years of my career, and I haven't stretched at all. I haven't stretched for a run. For my jog, I haven't stretched. For my sparring, I don't stretch. For my workouts, I don't stretch. I never have stretched.
So all these years you roll out of bed and run?
Yes.
And just
Yes. No stretch.
You ever pull a muscle?
No.
I know Floyd for a couple fights back in time where he made certain adaptations to his style. And I know you said that it was because you want to make the fights more exciting for people that were buying pay-per-views. What is there any play in particular where you realized I could stand right in front of this guy, make him miss all night, and keep making him pay?
I mean, it's just different nights. You feel different ways, so you do different things. Some nights you feel like I gotta box this guy because this guy is trying to get dirty. I gotta box the guy. I gotta move from this guy. But then you fight some fighters. You say, you know what? This guy is here just to survive. To get the payday to survive.
Is that a problem that's been in some of your fights? I know you've complained about it
I
in the
think
past.
that a lot of guys, if a guy come to fight and bring his best, he's gonna get knocked out. But you got some guys that once he sees that he's in a position to where he don't feel he can win, he goes to survival mode, and it makes me look bad because I didn't knock the guy out.
Have you ever been frustrated during a fight? You said to yourself, oh, this guy's going to keep running for the,
It's not that. You see a guy like in a Mosley fight with his experience, Mosley was just holding the whole time. I feel like we both said what we had to say as far as talking our trash, building up to the fight. Now you hit me with a good shot, of course. Okay, I grabbed you, but then I still was talking trash. I said, well, you hit me with a good shot, you hurt me, but I'm not going nowhere. I was built for this. You gotta kill me. Let's go. Let's keep fighting. But then when the tables turned and I got to getting off on him, this guy got to want to hold and touch gloves. I'm not with that.
You thought Shane was a beaten fighter after the second round when he knocked him down, with that shot. Ever?
Absolutely.
You said that you could see it in his eyes.
Yes.
That he flipped after the
I feel that I can look in a guy's eyes, or I can see a guy's body language and know that when he's a big fighter.
You said the same thing after Ortiz in the second round. For the second round, he couldn't touch him. So he tried to keep shot.
If you notice, Ortiz fight in the fourth round, I started doing a lot of combinations, a once I see the guy eyes start closing, and he see that he couldn't touch me, I said, this guy is a beaten fighter. Then once a guy can't do anything and he feel like he's in a no-win situation, that's when they go to doing, throwing low blows and hitting me with headbutts. Things like that happen in the sport.
Look, how far do we have to go back, Floyd, for a guy who forced you to work the whole fight? Are we talking like Gotti or somebody? Do we have to go that far back in your career to find somebody who forced you to go, work hard, or was it De La Hoya?
Manuel Augustus.
Manuel Augustus made me. He was tough. He was my toughest guy. He was tough.
Is that one of your toughest fights?
It was my toughest fight. It was tough.
That was the first time that I remember I saw you had to dig down inside.
But that was my first time. At that particular time, that was my longest layoff. I was a fighter that was active. I was fighting every 3 months, every few months, 3 to 4 months. Then I took 9 months off. Then I fought a guy that was active. So he made me bite down. And that was a great thing.
Floyd, get back to your yoga. How long is your yoga session?
My yoga
typical session.
Typical session probably, I think, an hour. But I didn't got close. I didn't got in good with the yoga. There's 2 teachers. A male and a
Do they come to your house?
Now they come to my house and also stretch me and show me, different stretches.
Before you were going somewhere to a studio?
I still go to the studio. I go to the studio, but when you go to the studio, you get to taking off everything. It's real hot. It's extremely hot.
Floyd, you spoke a little while ago about how you looked up to a guy like Mike Tyson and said he had the finer things.
I seen Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I admired the finer things that he had. And I thought as a fighter that, he's a hell of a fighter, but when I seen the materialistic things that he had, that inspired me. Myself, I said, you know what? I want nice things like that.
How do you feel now that the young guys coming up like an Adrian Broner say, I look at Floyd, he's got the nice, the finer things, like he's got the stuff that I want, that's who I want to be.
Adrian Broner, I've seen him, I think, 2 or 3 times. And strong, solid young fighter. In the future, I think Adrian Broner will match up good with Yuri Gilboa. Just like I think that another fight I'm dealing with, Andre Gurriel, would match up good with the guy, with the 160-pounder guy. Martinez. Yeah, that'll be a good matchup, because he's the guy that like to go up and down the weight, And they were talking about me and Martinez at the catch weight, but we don't know what the future holds with Floyd Mayweather. But like I said before, I'm not ducking or dodging anyone. I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere. And you guys, we call this, it's the doghouse. It's unbelievable.
Can we get in the doghouse because your fans are waiting to see you work out some a little, so maybe start with your fans? Or whatever. You know what I mean. Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Floyd.
Yes.
All right.
Open the door.
Hey, Floyd, what's up?
Go on.
If you're just tuning in, we're watching Floyd Mayweather Jr. training. Live recording section from BoxingTheory.com. Floyd is now wrapping his hands, about to get started training, going up into the before he goes into the ring. We are about 1 hour in almost to our coverage. So if you're watching this on YouTube,
BJ Flores live here watching the hand wrapping of Floyd Money Mayweather by esteemed hand rapper Rafael Garcia. This gentleman also takes care of the hand wrapping of world champion Chad Dawson. He's been wrapping Floyd's hands for a long time. Been doing it for over 5 years now, and Floyd claims that Rafael is the best in the business.